right, hello wine drinking people. Today is Thursday, the 27th of August, and man, we got one of these big storms coming our way. So you know what? I'd much rather have a hurricane than an earthquake any day, because you don't know the earthquake's coming. You know a hurricane's coming. What do? Throw a party. And that's what we got for you right now, a great party wine. One of our old perennial favorites here, Cabernet Sauvignon from Napa Valley from Mount Veeder. And Mount Veeder Winery's been around since the 60s. Well, up in the Mayacamas mountain range is an extinct volcano called Mount Veeder, and there's a winery up there with the same name. It's an old Meyer prune farm that was purchased by attorney Mike Bernstein from San Francisco back in 1963, and they planted some vineyards up there, and, well, they sold the property off. Still a very small production when they sold this off to the Matheson family, actually from South Florida here, and then in late 1980s, Augustin Huneeus brought it, and really brought it to the heights where it is today. Augustin Huneeus was a vintner president of Franciscan Estates at that time. Today he owns Quintessa, and he was from Chile, known for his Veramonte label, and one of the top guys in California, Napa Valley. His Quintessa property is absolutely meticulous, and he brought this Mount Veeder property into prominence, and well, today it's owned by the Franciscan Estates Group, which is owned by Constellation Brands, one of the biggest wine company in the world. But this property is still run like a small winery. They got 100 some odd acres up there on Mount Veeder. They do purchase some fruit for this label as well, but still in the style that this wine was always produced, a big Napa Cab. Maybe not quite as tannic as those Cabernets of the 70s, and I'll never forget that 1977 vintage that we had in 2010 at one of our cult tastings. The wine was still drinking nicely, and these wines age beautifully, and for a wine that sells for, well, we've got the cheapest price on it in the United States of America, only $24 a bottle. What an incredible deal. And like I said, one of our favorites from Napa Valley. This is a big wine. It's got a lot of dark currant berry fruit, bay leaves, black pepper spice, currants, black cherries, bittersweet chocolate, some toffee notes, spice, really lovely complexity. And this 2012 vintage, even though it's somewhat forward and drinkable, this is a wine, like I said, you could keep for a decade or more in your cellar. And all for $24, an incredible value. And, well, like I said, a great story behind this winery. And, hey, we're going to include all of the 2012 vintage Cabernets we have in the store right now, because it is such an amazing vintage. I tasted through over 300 wines when I went to Premier Napa, and they were showing 2012s a year and a half ago. And let me tell you, every single wine, even though it was still in the barrel, tastes like a finished wine, tastes like something you could drink down the whole bottle, just like a Pepsi, even at that early stage in her life. This one needs a little airtime. It's better on the second day after it's open, but like I said, for a wine in this price point, this once again, one of the best values that we've had from Napa Valley. Check it out, our 2012 Mount Veeder Cabernet on sale, the cheapest price in the country at $24 a bottle while it lasts. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.